Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol.
What?
No! Peacefully. Fed.
Okay, folks, hope you're doing well today. Let's go through the farce that was the Ray Epstein sentencing today. In reality, if it was a one-tier justice system, the same for everybody, this dude would be chucked in jail for at least 5 to 10 years for what he did. No. He's the only Jan 6 protester who is protected by Nancy Pelosi, where she's like, but he's a good man. And I'm like, okay, he was doing the same thing. In fact, he's the guy, as you saw there, saying, we need to go into the Capitol. And everybody's like, fed. Well, all those people there in that video, they were right. He's a federal asset, an FBI asset, and the biggest phony fraud clown show I've ever seen. And look at the guy himself. I mean, he's a total clown, period. And so let's go into this, because this is the actual sentencing. This is actually the slap on the wrist that the DOJ or the FBI, the DOJ is doing on Ray Epps to indicate very superficially that, see, we are doing something. It's not a two-tier justice system. We're convicting Ray Epps. No, you're not, okay? And I have a sneaking suspicion that Ray Epps is going to go back to his ranch in Arizona and do his wedding planning events that he and his wife do, I guess, for the rest of their days. So look at this. You will die. Oh my gosh, this guy is the epitome of, like, the House of Cards is built on this. This is complete a structure. This is a fabricated structure that comes in the form of a human being, and who is the federal asset that was built by the FBI. So congratulations to that. Big thanks and kudos to Radix Vernum for, one, putting together the thread on Ray Epps' sentencing in D.C. today, of course. Of course, go to the D.C. judges, because they are total activists, and they're absolute paid shills to do this. If you don't think bribery is going on in D.C., I wish you the best in life. Rest in peace, but seriously. Putting together this thread and being mentally strong enough to sit through this clown show of a sentencing. So this person went to the sentencing because Radix Verum is an independent journalist. So they did the work for us. They actually went to the sentencing, and it was horrible. It was a clown show of a sentencing. Are we surprised? It was ridiculous. No. But like she says in her first tweet, this is so blatantly a farce. Yes, this is an absolute farce. We are at that point where we have kangaroo courts. Some are over-the-top draconian sentences for people who simply just went on the Capitol or were standing near the Capitol grounds. At this point, standing near the Capitol grounds, who are being sentenced. Okay, we've got people in 5 to 10 year sentences for taking pictures on the Capitol grounds and being invited in by the police. So that's entrapment right there. But it's DC. It's a nut job. This is the mental asylum of the United States right now. So anyway, here's where it took place. I guess. Who cares? Typical, just commie-looking building. And here we go. The prosecutor praised Epps' de-escalation tactics. As you saw in the video at the start of this, it sure looked like he was trying to de-escalate the crowd, wasn't he? Right? We need to go into the Capitol and bring our problems there. That sounds like de-escalation, sure, doesn't it? Yep. If that's de-escalation, then my truck is definitely a Yugo, even though it's a Chevy. So, yeah, that's the world we're living in right now. So it's, if you see an apple, it's called a banana now. I'm just letting you know. This is the world we're in. And thank you, Orwell, for bringing that up in your book, too. It's wrong think, okay? So it's the opposite. So both Judge Boasberg and the prosecutor both claimed he never tried to go into the Capitol. Yeah. De-escalation tactics say what? While this editor is certainly no expert when it comes to de-escalation, telling a bunch of angry protesters we're going into the Capitol doesn't seem like, like de-escalating anything. It's the exact opposite. So the prosecutor claimed he struggled and that he could give Epps a felony with a low sentence or a misdemeanor with a high sentence. The prosecutor claimed Ray Epps' case was a unique and complicated case. Not sure how. Super straightforward. I also don't see any other J6 defendant getting this type of special treatment where a prosecutor claims their case is unique. Okay, you better send flowers and some chocolates to Nancy Pelosi because she got you out of this one, Ray. Unique, right? So she says the prosecutor said they used their prosecutorial discretion to choose to charge Epps with a misdemeanor, despite that same prosecutor arguing 10 minutes before that Epps had engaged in felonious conduct. Felonious conduct, but we're going to go ahead and, even though it appeared to be felonious, we'll give him a misdemeanor, even though you went on a diatribe for 10 minutes about his felonious behavior, that it was a felony. The government agreed with Ray Epps' defense lawyers' arguments regarding mitigating factors for Epps' LOL, and all we can do is laugh. Epps and his lawyers, along with the government and Judge Boasberg, all agreed. Ray Epps was a victim of widespread conspiracy theories. Oh, my Lord. He was the real victim, you guys. Poor Ray. Ray, who's never been arrested. Ray, who told the protesters, let's go into the Capitol. And what did the protesters say? I think the protesters de-escalated it. They said, no. Did you see that on the video? Super simple. No, you are a Fed. They didn't want to. Okay? The DOJ themselves admitted they were giving Epps a significant break. Okay, but explain yourselves to the American people, though. You really have to explain yourselves. The prosecutor argued 6 months is the appropriate sentence. 6 months at home under house arrest, perhaps, or just community service. The prosecution then proceeded to praise Epps, claiming he actually supported law enforcement officers that day. Well, yeah, I whispered into their ears, okay, we're coming in. Okay? Yeah, this is all choreographed. This is all a plot. The feds plotted this, planned it out. And as we saw from Clay Higgins, Representative Clay Higgins, when he was talking to Tucker Carlson, he says, I've seen some stuff where it indicates there was probably more than 200 people who were FBI informants or FBI employees who were there at the Capitol. The prosecutor, claiming he supported law enforcement officers that day, it's good to be friends with Nancy Pelosi. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I say akin to Hillary Clinton, that's probably the second person you want to be friends with. And you don't want to cross them either, right? Epps' lawyers pointed out Epps called the FBI almost immediately on the 8th of January 2021, and he gave voluntary statements and cooperated. Epps was allowed to speak, and he said the FBI had nothing to do with what happened on Jan 6th. He blamed Fox News for peddling election integrity conspiracy theories, and he blamed Trump. He then said that he believes Jan 6 was an insurrection. Well, dude, why are you wearing the Trump hat then? Like, what's the deal? Here it is. Oh, wherever it was. There it is. I don't know, you're dressed all up like you're supporting him, but you're like, oh, it was an insurrection. So this is a paid informant. This is a paid agitator. Let's see here. So Epps was allowed to speak, yada, yada, we saw that. Epps' lawyer claimed people called Epps a boomer on January 5th when Epps was recorded on video urging rally attendees to go in the Capitol the next day. Baked Alaska and others started chanting Fed, but Epps' lawyer claimed Epps was trying to de-escalate. Oh, this is like woke gymnastics here, trying to explain this one. Okay, so how was it with de-escalation? I want to hear how the lawyer did this. But Epps' lawyer claimed Epps was trying to de-escalate and that Baked Alaska and others didn't listen to him. Well, yeah, they didn't listen to him because they said, we're not going to go break the law and go into the Capitol. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, you really, I don't know what it is required to have a law degree nowadays. I guess you can just go to like the University of Guyana and just get your law degree. Like, just pay for it, $100, boom, got a law degree. Because that's the level of integrity that we're seeing with these people. Epps' lawyer made the claim. Epps just said we should go down to the Capitol and claimed he never told people to go in. The government did not dispute this claim. We have seen video evidence that contradicts this. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just move on. Epps' lawyer then made a big thing about how Epps, in a post-J6 interview with a citizen journalist, talked about what happened on J6 being symbolic. His lawyer said to Epps it was just a symbolic amplification of his voice. Today, we're throwing up in our mouths just a little. Then Ray Epps' lawyer made an astounding admission. He claims that after reviewing footage of Epps and his conduct, the government made a formal decision in 2021 not to charge Epps with anything. He then claims Epps is being unfairly treated now, with the government giving his, let's see what this is. Okay, sorry. Okay. He then claims Epps is being unfairly treated now, with the government giving him a misdemeanor show charge. No, it's not unfair. This is the natural consequences of life. Is if you break the law that people decided on, and you're obviously doing illegal things in court, this is a two-tier justice system. This guy was one of the head people. He was the most obvious person out there. There's so much video footage of Ray Epps. Good is bad and bad is good. I mean, that's kind of where we are now. Epps' lawyer argued that probation for him as a sentence would promote accountability. Yup, just rolled our eyes. Epps, in his statement, not only lashed out at Fox News, he lashed out what he called the Trump cult, who he blames for his conduct. No, it's just you, Ray. It's just you, buddy. You did it yourself, and you're wearing a Trump hat the whole time. Okay? Carrying Trump flags, wearing a Trump hat, saying, let's go, we need to go and bring our troubles into the Capitol. He then praised the FBI and Antifa, saying conclusively they had no involvement in January 6th. Well, he definitely got a script from the Department of Justice and the FBI on this, for sure. And that only angry supporters were there. He wants to speak about the truth of the election results. He assured Judge Boaz Berg he no longer gets his information from Fox News and he trusts the government. That is wonderful. What a hero you are today. I trust the government. Judge Boaz Berg praised the government for being balanced in their presentation. Congratulations. You're with the system right now. You're with the machine. Congratulations. That took so much bravery and courage. Thank you for your service. What a farce. Judge Boaz Berg claimed Epps' initial conduct probably warranted jail time, but then cited his extensive cooperation with the government. Well, other people cooperated with the government wonderfully, and all they did is took a picture of the Capitol. And now they're looking to just round up anybody who was near the Capitol on that day. I'm not kidding. This is what the Justice Department is now proposing. So people who were just standing there eating an ice cream cone, you are going in jail for 5. They're really trying to send a message to us from the elites, not the people who run America. It's the people like Bill Gates, George Soros, Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum, WHO, and the UN. They are the ones driving this thing. And Nancy Pelosi is heading it up because she's a politician. And so she's, with all the money that she's made in Congress and how far she has gotten, they're like, hey, this is your job. We paid you a lot of money for your campaigns. We made you really rich, and now you need to head up this stuff. Okay, so this is all coming down from globalists to send a message that then you are not in charge of your own country. You as citizens have no rights. We are going to come in and have a one world government. Yay. Probation and no travel restrictions. So basically, no real punishment. They gave Epps a sentence of 12 months probation and no travel restrictions. How is that a punishment? No travel restrictions. God, nobody quite knows a face to put on top of Antifa, but at this point, I'd say him. No, of all the people, it's him. Let's see. He then called January 6th an insurrection. He slammed conspiracy theorists. Boasberg says more important than Epps' conduct on January 6th was what happened after. And he cited Epps and his wife as victims of these conspiracy theories and harassment. Okay, so if you had the planned Japanese bombing of Pearl Harbor, would you say that? Because you guys have compared this to worse than Pearl Harbor is what you've said, okay? So let's do yours on the left. This is your argument. This is worse than Pearl Harbor. That's what Kamala said. Well, is it? And if it is, then after Pearl Harbor was over, I mean, if you came and bombed a ship and it had 3,000 people that sunk to the bottom of the ocean and they all drowned, would you let somebody off because you said, well, I know you did all that and you bombed them and sunk them, but it's what you did afterwards, a couple days afterwards, that was important. That gave us compassion on you and let us go ahead and show some mercy from the court system. I'm just saying, that's coming from the left. That's what they say. This is worse than Pearl Harbor and 9/11. See, in Pearl Harbor, they brought bombs and guns and bombed Pearl Harbor. Killed a lot of people. 9/11, they brought 2 airplanes and demolished 3 buildings, actually, with people in them. Firemen, emergency personnel, police, workers, janitors, killed them all. And you're comparing this, right, to January 6th, where nobody brought a gun. They were walking between the velvet lines of the statuary inside of the Capitol Dome building, the rotunda, like a bunch of tourists. It's amazing. Probation and no travel restrictions. So basically no real punishment. Color me surprised. So there you have it. Epps is a unique and complicated case and is a victim of widespread conspiracy theories, totally not an FBI informant, fed or working for a contractor that contracts with the feds. See what she says here. That contracts with the feds. Not an FBI informant or a fed or working for a contractor that contracts with the feds, which is why he got this amazing sweetheart deal and praise from the government and FISA judge. LOL. Addendum forgot to add how Judge Boasberg disregarded the video played of Epps helping to push this massive Trump flag that was over 20 feet long into a line of Capitol officers by claiming anyone might put up their hand to protect their head if a big sign is coming. Yep. Yep, there it is right there. Let's see. Oh, there's Ray Epps right on the right there. Right here. There he is, pushing a big old 20-foot flag into the Capitol police officers. Slowed down to 400% to show the amazing footage of Epps being involved. Right there. There he is. Yep. So you get the gist. The point has been made. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. And just keep praying, man. Hold on tight, and we'll just get through this garbage. I promise. I'm not going to be blackpilled ever. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and I'll talk to you later.